You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, earlier on the bigger channel, I did a video about the Bengals and Zach Taylor having been furious over the fact that there is a home field advantage situation that is riding on a coin flip. Potentially, the Bengals playoff scenarios are going to be affected by a coin flip when they're sitting back going, wait a minute, we're going to win the AFC North. We should have home field during this game. They are livid over the vote. We're finding out now. There's more details coming to light. The Bengals as an organization voted against this rule change, and they're mad. And Adam Schefter put out a report because more details are coming out, and I don't blame them. You know, I was talking about earlier in my video, you know, they took away a touchdown from Joe Burrows from Monday night. I also said, would the Bengals have been so, I guess, the question is, would they have been so understanding if they known that game was never going to be made up? Or if they knew their potential playoff lives, for lack of a better way of putting it, would be put in the hands of a potential coin flip? I got to be honest with you. I don't know that the organization would have been so understanding. I don't. Okay, this changes a lot. I know Bengals fans are furious right now, and this isn't fair. It's not. Okay, it was a terrible situation that went down and that the league was handed with the Damar Hamlin situation. I don't think anybody is under any other assumptions other than that. It was a terrible situation. But the Bengals are looking at the idea that they potentially could make the Super Bowl 2 years in a row, okay? Do you know in the history of football how few teams have made it 2 years in a row? Okay? I mean, look, the Bills made it 4 years in a row, and people will say, yeah, but they lost all of them. Do you know how historically great those Bills teams are really viewed? I mean, they're viewed as historically great football teams. You know, I said, what if this was supposed to be Joe Burrows' year, and 12 years from now, we're looking back, and he still hasn't made the Super Bowl again? Dan Marino, think about it. This is understandable that the Bengals are mad right now. Bengals coach Zach Taylor already voiced his opposition to the NFL's new playoff scenarios, but many in the Cincinnati organization are livid about the decision they feel penalizes the Bengals and rewards the Ravens. Per sources, the league told Cincinnati it should be happy it has been declared the AFC North winner, but the Bengals are furious the rules were changed on the fly and that their playoff path has been intentionally altered. If the Bengals had beaten the Bills on Monday night in a game that was ultimately canceled after cardiac arrest of Buffalo safety Damar Hamlin, Cincinnati might not have had anything to play for Sunday and could have opted to rest some players. Now the Bengals have to win Sunday to avoid a potential coin flip that would determine the site of next week's possible wild card game against Baltimore, and they will have to play players who otherwise might not have been there. This makes the league look terrible. I mean, the league looks horrible. It's one thing after another that the NFL seems to get wrong. I mean, it's unbelievable. They were talking about the fact that, simply put, you could have had them just, the Bills play the Patriots and the Bengals play the Ravens, and then made up that game the following week. Let the NFC start the playoffs. Let the Bills and the Bengals play that game, a regular season game on NFC playoff weekend. You've got a bye between the NFC championship games, the AFC championship game, and the Super Bowl. You just simply remove the bye. This would have been pretty easy. The coin flip scenario comes into play if the Ravens win Sunday in Cincinnati and the Chargers win in Denver. The Ravens and Chargers have identical records, but Los Angeles would get the number 5 seed and play Buffalo or KC, while Baltimore would get the 3rd game against Cincinnati. The reward for the number 6 seed Ravens sweeping the Bengals yet losing the division title would be a coin flip opportunity to host 3rd seeded Cincinnati in the playoffs. Had the Bills and Bengals game been played to completion and Buffalo won, the Week 18 game between Baltimore and Cincinnati would have been for the AFC North Championship. The Bengals could become the first NFL team to win its division yet open wild card round on the road. This is awful. As a result, the Cincinnati organization feels as if the Ravens have been given enhanced opportunities that the Bengals were not and believes it is being treated unfairly by the league. Cincinnati voted against the new playoff scenario that other NFL owners approved on a Zoom call Friday. The Bengals not only voted no, but they also voiced intense opposition to the league to no avail. Bengals Executive VP Katie Blackburn is on the competition committee, which is approved the scenarios Thursday. In a memo obtained by ESPN's Seth Wickersham, Blackburn urged teams to vote against the scenarios. Her reasoning stemmed from the timing of a rule change in a scenario away from standard winning percentages. Quote, the proper process for making a rule change is in the off season, Blackburn wrote. It is not appropriate to put teams in position to vote for something that may introduce bias, favor one team over another, or impact their own situation when the vote takes place immediately before the playoffs. I could not agree more. There are also multiple scenarios in which the AFC Championship game could be played on a neutral site. That's bullshit too. All 3 possibilities include the Chiefs and Bills, but the Bengals could factor into the equation if KC or Buffalo both lose on Sunday and Cincinnati wins. Actually, KC is winning 24-3 as I speak. If Week 18 games shake out like that, a Bills or Bengals versus Chiefs championship game would be at a neutral site. The Chiefs close out the regular season at Las Vegas on Saturday. The Bills make an emotional return home to the Patriots on Sunday, with Commissioner Roger Goodell expected to be in attendance. A source told ESPN Diana Rossini. Wow. I mean, this whole thing happened, which was a terrible, unforeseen event that absolutely, it was awful. It truly was. But no team should have come out of this scenario being punished. And that is exactly what has happened to the Cincinnati Bengals. They are being punished here. They are being penalized. And that no way, shape, form, or fashion should that have happened. I absolutely do not blame the Bengals for being mad. I understand that there was a horrible set of circumstances. And yeah, it would have taken some doing to have gotten rid of the bye week in between championship week and the Super Bowl. I get it. There would have been some moving parts there, but it actually could have been done. And honestly, I mean, rather feasibly, kind of. If you look at it, it wasn't a stretch at all. I mean, outside of the fact that, yes, people that had playoff tickets to the AFC would have had to move back 1 week. But, that would be the set of circumstances involved, or use winning percentage and don't do any of these rule changes. I would have probably said, if we're not going to move games, let's just use winning percentages. That is what is there. I don't blame the Bengals for being upset right now. I truly don't. Wow, it's unbelievable. And now to find out that they're even madder than we suspected they were. They're furious. Can't say I blame them. Can't say I blame them a bit. It was a terrible situation that happened to Damar Hamlin and the Buffalo Bills. In no way should a team, any team, have been penalized under these circumstances. That's what Roger Goodell is supposed to get paid all of that money for. Last I checked, he was making what? Over $40 million? And this is what he came up with to present to the owners. Did they remove the Ravens from voting in this? I'm just wondering, did they remove the Ravens from voting on this? Because they certainly should have. I bet they didn't. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Peace 'em out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.